When I first put The Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds into my 3DS, I knew I was in for a fantastic adventure, with clever puzzles, fun gameplay and a gripping story. But nothing truly prepared me for how fantastic A Link Between Worlds actually was. The puzzles are the best they have been for years, the gameplay is fluid and selling bows feels rewarding. The story, while true and faithful, offers some great new features which are most welcome. You start off, as many Zelda games, as a small hero from a small village, unaware of the pending quest ahead of you, taking you from your quiet life and placing it into lore. While on an errand for the blacksmith, Link witnesses the capture of Princess Zelda by the evil Yuga, who entraps her inside of a painting. His intentions to resurrect the evil Demon King Ganon with the 7 sages of Hyrule. Link is struck with Yuga's wand, giving Link the same power as Yuga to merge worlds and become a 2D state. Now he must set out on his quest to save Hyrule and the other world, Lorule, from the evil that is cast on both worlds. The game's combat feels like perfection playing it on the 3DS, to the point where you don't think it would be as fun on a console. Beating an enemy with a sword and shield really makes to think of when to strike, and the top-down view of Link swinging his sword through a patch of grass or an enemy is satisfying and striking. Link's movements feel fluid with the circle pad to move, with perfect sensitivity and movement, which was a welcome addition. The dungeons in A Link Between Worlds truly are the bread and butter of the game. Like all Zelda games, but A Link Between Worlds takes it a step further with the addition of wall merging puzzles, giving the game some of the most inventive puzzles in Zelda history yet. Sometimes finding yourself stumped for a solution to a puzzle only to figure it out and have the reaction of, oh yeah. The game's best dungeons come once you reach Lorule, as the first 4 dungeons that take place on Hyrule feel like tutorial dungeons, which although still being great dungeons, feels like the player's hand's been held a little bit throughout them. But this was only a minor con outweighed by the many great pros. Another great thing A Link Between Worlds gets is its items. Thankfully most of the items that are useful for all dungeons are obtained quickly, such as the mallet, bombs and the bow. Other items such as the elemental rod seem to be very exclusive to the respective dungeons, but are still extremely enjoyable to use in those dungeons. When it comes to the gameplay, the sweet spot is the bosses. A Link Between Worlds bosses have some really unique members where the player would have to use their head immediately entering the boss room in order to find out how to defeat them by finding ways to get their weakness or blind spots, sometimes taking multiple times to find out the solution, giving you the oh yeah reaction once again, with each one having the wall merging trait implemented into the boss rooms. As I said with the gameplay, when Link slashed his way through a patch of grass it was satisfying and striking. Well, the same goes for A Link Between Worlds graphics, well at least halfway through the story where they wore off. But there were moments after this that do appease the eye, such as some of the boss designs. It's such a delight to see the original concept of Link in the game, and it's an excellent touch from Nintendo. Overall, A Link Between Worlds is one of the best Zelda games I've ever played. Its clever puzzle design enticed me to start all over again when I finished my 20-hour journey and truly explore every inch of both worlds. With its gameplay feeling right at home with the 3DS system, making long journeys all the more easier. I've yet to play A Link to the Past, so I can't compare the two, but I am quite confident that A Link Between Worlds truly is a masterclass in gaming.